What up? This is Robert Horry.
Or three-pointer. Buries it!
You might know me as Big Shot Bob.
To Horry for three. Oh, unbelievable. This guy is off the charts.
What's going on, Big Shot Bob?
Robert Horry from downtown.
All right. Back in the saddle for episode 166 of the Big Shot Bob podcast. B-Dog Brandon Harper. My name is Rob Jenners. That, of course, is seven-time NBA champion Robert Horry, and just like everybody predicted, we're on the verge of two sweeps. I don't think
Nobody
anybody
predicted
even
that.
saw that coming for nothing. Maybe the Pacers, only because we knew they were coming in off of the back of a fist fight. That
I thought
job
they get one.
Yeah, that job got done last night, man. Clutch late three from the Celtics, and game was tied right up until the last 15 seconds of the game, and then boom, was it White who hit it from the corner?
Mm-hmm.
Buried it, and that was it, man. No coming back. And then they missed the shot down the stretch, rebound, good night. Done.
Yeah, it's funny with Derek. I never knew about his journey to the NBA. He has a really unique journey.
How so?
He was 6 feet tall in high school. He didn't get any offers. Ended up going to a Division II school. Played a couple of years there. Grew 4 inches while he was there. Then he transferred to whatever college it was he was. And then he actually got drafted in the first round. So that goes to show you, man, if you got the heart and you got the desire, God might bless you with a couple more inches. And so I had to pass this story along to Christian.
We all hope
I said,
that,
dude,
we all hope.
Hey, just keep doing your thing, man. You never know. God might see your hard work but bless you with, like a little bit more height. And next thing you know, you're in the league. So, yeah, I did not know that about him. So I was like, okay, I became a big fan of his after just seeing that he, hard work and dedication.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I had no idea. But yeah, I thought for sure Indiana would get one.
Yeah.
I thought they would sneak one out, maybe one of the home games. Just, man, Boston was just they did exactly what they've done all year long, man.
So question. You go back to game one when Brown hit the 3-pointer to go into overtime. So what's y'all view on fouling if you're up 3?
Fouling if you're up 3?
Yeah, you're up 3, you going down the stretch. A lot of coaches don't believe in fouling and send them to the free throw line to shoot 2. They give them the chance. Oh, I'm letting them shoot a 3.
I think it depends on who's taking the 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think I'm a firm believer that you do not foul a shooter, because my thing is the worst scenario could be if you foul him and it's an and one. So now that he done knock down the 3 and he go to the line for 1.
Yeah. No, you in bonus. So you just foul him as soon as the ball is inbound, you foul.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you
just go straight to the line for 2.
Yeah, you go straight to the line for 2.
If you're up 3, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
A lot of coaches won't do that. I'm a strong believer in it because, first of all, that pressure on him to make those 2 is on.
Yeah.
So I'm fouling to put the pressure on you. Now you got to make the 2 because we've seen plenty of guys. Think about it. Kyrie, lately he's been missing free throws. You never know. He fouled a guy, he missed 1. You get the rebound, you off to the runner. So
even if he drains both of them, you still get the ball back.
Exactly.
You get the ball back, try and drain the clock, or they put you at the line. You know what I mean? Either way, but yeah, leaving them wide open for the 3 to tie the game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you're rolling the dice, really. Yeah. Like B said, if if it's a shooter, I think you have to.
Because you could go back to that one possession that Siakam doesn't even contest the shot because he's like, every coach when you go to that huddle, they tell players, do not foul. Some listen, some don't, right, Manu? Mm-hmm. And so you go up and you contest that shot, or you just, don't let him get off. This whole series could change,
Well,
but,
I don't know how much it would have changed, though.
If was a 5th, we all be drunk, though, right?
Yeah. And here's the thing. A lot of this is on the Pacers because there have been 3 games. 3 out of the 4 games, They had opportunities, and especially
Game three.
in
I was going
game.
to say game 3, they were up 18 at one point or something.
Yeah, but especially game 1. Like,
Yeah.
you got an opportunity to steal home court in game 1 and really kind of, even if that is your only win, I mean, you just never know. You never know what that could do for you for the rest of the series. But you squandered 3 leads in 3 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a big one in game 3. And a big
Sound like the Lakers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sound sound like the Wolves.
To me, Indiana, like you said, they had their opportunities, but just fizzled out down the stretch. They looked tired late in the game. Couldn't get a shot to fall for nothing when they needed one the most, especially in game 4. I mean, there were 2-3 possessions at the end of game 4 where they ran it down the floor and just, bad shots or what looked a couple times like an easy shot inside that gets blocked or gets deflected. And
the
come
steal
on.
by Holiday. Think about this. That steal by Holiday.
The Brown block at the end.
Yeah. The steal by Holiday. Any other player, if that had been Halliburton probably got the foul call because there was a lot of contact when he took that rock from him. It's like most guys, if you got, and that's one thing that makes me upset about the refs. If you got a name, you get a call. If you ain't got a name, they're like, you don't deserve it. And it's just not fair sometimes. Like, yo, if it's a foul for one guy, it's a foul for another guy. Keep it consistent.
Well, when has that been the case? Especially this year.
Never.
Especially this year in the NBA. God bless.
Never.
God bless. We'll have plenty of officiating to talk about when we get into the Western Conference Finals because that's been all over the place. Boston goes in, straight sweep of the Eastern Conference Finals. They've looked, for lack of a better term, almost unbeatable. Like they've just found ways to scrap out wins. Even when you thought they were down, they've come back and smacked you. Found a way to pull it out. I think ultimately we're going to get the Mavericks. I think that's just a foregone conclusion at this point, right?
Yeah.
So if you look at that matchup, but before we get into what's going on in the West, who do you like in that matchup? Is Boston and Dallas, is that kind of a... I'm going to be honest. I did not expect Dallas to be in the position they were in right now, at all. If anything, we were tied at 2. Or they were up 2-1 or down 2-1, one of the two going into the night, and no, did not expect that.
I think sometimes when you're a young team like Minnesota, and I'm saying they're young, you take out Conley and Gobert, they're a young team. They were so excited to play the champs that they use a lot of energy and a lot of excitement. They drew from that energy and that pool of adrenaline to try to beat them. Now they don't. They just look flat. They look like, okay, we got home court advantage now. They don't even look like they into this series. It's amazing. It's almost like they get ready to say 1, 2, 3 Cancun. But they don't look excited. I don't see the swarming defense. They letting Luka it's like I don't understand coaches now. Even with that switch for Gobert in game 3 and he hits the 3. What the hell are you thinking? It's like you don't let Luka beat you. Luka's just flat out doing whatever he wants. And okay, we talk about the drop zone and talking about double teaming him. There's ways to double team Luka and not let other guys get off. And their defense, they're too fast and too quick and too tall to be able to trap Luka and get it out of his hands and make someone else beat you. But the defense is just awful.
Well, I said for quite some time that in this series, obviously series are about matchups. Yeah. And this series has just been a bad matchup for Rudy Gobert. And I don't understand why he keeps starting and they won't start Naz Reid. Have Naz Reid and Karl Anthony Towns on the floor because now from an offensive perspective, you got to respect all 5 guys on the floor from a scoring standpoint. You don't really... From Naz Reid to Rudy Gobert, is there a drop-off defensively? Yeah, a little bit, but
no.
Not okay. I'm not saying a lot, just a sliver, but it's not much. It's not so much to where Naz Reid can't hold his own because we saw what he did with Joker.
I'm gonna say he blocked more shots against Joker than the defensive player of the year did. So.
You're right. What I'm saying is I'm not understanding. I've been screaming this whole time about, you gotta sit Rudy down. just from the simple fact that he doesn't have quick feet. He doesn't have quick enough feet. I think Naz Reid's feet are quicker. He shoots the ball way better. What was that, game 3 that he had? He was 7 of 6 or 7 or 7 of 8 from 3.
Hey, can I say one thing?
Go, man.
You know, we always talk about, records are meant to be broken. I'm sitting on the couch hating like a motherfucker, but I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, yo, miss, motherfucker, miss. Because I didn't want him to tie my record. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm like, no, don't go 7 for 7, miss, motherfucker, miss.
Hey, he was close to knocking down that game winner.
Hey, my wife was like, what are you talking about? I was like, he about to tie my record for the most threes made without a miss.
Oh.
So I was at home, hey, I love you, Nas, but I ain't want you tied. Hey, records are not meant to be broken, especially if they mine.
Oh, no,
Wow.
they meant to be broken even if they're yours.
Yeah.
No, not mine.
Because he can't get that back. You got to let him have it. Gotta let him have it, man.
All I'm going to say is I just don't understand why they didn't make that adjustment and you bring Rudy Gobert off the bench.
I mean, look, with him coming off a Defensive Player of the Year and the contract he has.
I don't care nothing about that.
I know. But I'm saying that's a lot of factors that a coach is going to look at and go, oh, boy.
So you would rather, if I'm
How
a
do
coach,
I do that?
if I'm a coach, because of everything that you just named, Rob, I would literally Defensive Player of the Year contract. I'm gonna let that possibly not put myself in the best position to win, because it's not saying anything's wrong with Rudy. It's just a bad matchup.
Yeah, it's all about matchups in the playoffs, and this matchup. It's so funny. So many teams used to construct their teams to stop Shaq. And like now, you think about the way the Lakers beat Denver that time when they had, Dwight and McGee.
JaVale.
They had height. Then now they had no height. But now you look at the Minnesota Timberwolves, they have 3 tall guys that could probably guard Jokic. Now you go into this series with, you go to small ball. You go to Lively, who can dunk on you. The other guy, all these guys can dunk on you because they're going to roll to the basket. We know the Joker ain't going to no damn basketball, no dunk.
No.
So it's about matchups. And Dallas right now is matched up against them defensively. We don't talk about defense. They've been D'ing them up, and it hasn't been the same for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
No.
They just don't look the same.
Dallas moving the ball real well, too.
Yes.
Moving the ball all over the floor.
And Kyrie. Oh.
Yeah, Luka and Kyrie have just been having their race. Can I say something too? Can we slow down a little bit on the best backcourt in NBA history?
Oh, yeah.
Like, can we slow that narrative down a little bit? Because I'm like, when did this start? They've had a series. Good for them. They're both incredible players. They're playing out of their minds right now. I hope that they continue that because it's going to make the NBA Finals a lot more entertaining. Can we slow down on the best backcourt in NBA history? They ain't even. And Kyrie said it this week. He's like, we ain't even won a ring. What are you talking about? Best backcourt?
Hey, Steph and Clay over there looking at that. What the hell y'all talking about?
Didn't we win 4? Oh, okay, good. Just making sure.
And then you got MJ and Scotty. Like, hold on. You in the backcourt?
6, 4. Okay, yeah.
And heck, you got even. Well, I mean, even though they may have not been as dynamic, yo boys, Kobe and D Fish.
Yeah.
I mean, even they looking at like, didn't we win 5?
Yeah, that was more so Harp. Harp started for like it's like I go by the minutes. D Fish did his thing, and then after, I guess you could say D Fish. And I'm thinking that he only won chips with me, but I forgot they won chips later on when he started. So yeah. D Fish and
it's like, look, I'm glad for both of those guys, dude. I'm genuinely, because we talked about it when Kyrie landed in Dallas. How is this going to work? Like, is this going to come together? They're showing now, it can work well. And it can work real well. They're playing well off each other. They seem to genuinely get along. And it's really hard to tell outside looking in, but this is, I don't know if the happiest is the right word that I've seen Kyrie Irving in a minute. You know what I mean? Maybe balanced. This is the most balanced I've seen him in a long time. He just looks like he's having fun. And the two of them play real well off each other.
I want to give some credit to, their front office. Think about it. The PJ Washington move was the best move to me in basketball. It's not going to be talking about, we think about, okay, he's not a, 30-point scorer, but he fills the void for them. So exactly what they need, that dude can play, 3, 4. He can guard ones and twos. PJ Washington is think about how many big threes he's hit in this playoff series alone for them.
Several. And
he's
free
playing
throws,
good.
too.
Yeah. And I think that's one of the moves that we don't talk about. So big up to, Cuban and staff and Michael Finley, who's still supposed to come on the podcast, so big up to them, man. They've been, that to me was one of the understated moves that was made in for trade deadline.
Yeah, those are the type moves that you make that help get you over the hump. Obviously you have your stars in Kyrie and Luka, but those other pieces that can work where they can work within whatever they're supposed to do what they're supposed to do and do it well.
Yeah.
And answer the call when their number is called. PJ Washington has really taken his game to a whole nother level.
Yeah. Hey, and give Jason Kidd some big balls too. So think about your rotations being all year long. And all of a sudden, one guy, meaning Tim Hardaway Jr., hasn't been playing well. Jaden Harden has been playing extremely well. All right, Tim Hardaway, bye-bye. To the bench you go. Harden, do your thing. And he's been playing good to the last couple of games. So let's give, Jay Kidd some credit. So that's a great coaching move where a lot of coaches no, this is my lineup. I don't want to change that. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Fuck feelings when it comes to playoffs. We try to win.
Oh, you talking about Minnesota's coach?
Yeah, Rudy Gobert. Yeah, I was going to say that.
Just talk about that.
Oh, yeah, no. Can't hurt his feelings. You get paid, paying him too much money, man. He got to start.
Yeah. He's the highest paid player still left in the playoffs.
Yeah,
all right.
We got to put him in. How do we sit him?
Go home and count them numbers.
Easily. Watch. Ready? Sit. It's just that simple. I did laugh at when Luka hit the game winner over him. I think it was Shaq. Somebody was in the stands and just glanced up to the TNT booth. Shaq just shaking his head. Shaq's just like, how? How did he let him get that off? How did he not get a hand on that thing? Terrible. It's just funny.
Hey, but it's a mismatch. And that's why they switch so often, is because that's exactly the matchup that they wanted, because Luka is not the quickest person, but he's quicker than Gobert.
But the funny part about it, it's so high up. Why are you fucking switching anyway? It's dinner at half court. You got enough time to recover and get back.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. I need Minnesota to at least get one game.
Well,
I don't want to see
Game 4 tonight in Dallas, right?
Yeah.
They're in Dallas tonight. So, that place is going to be sideways.
Yeah. I need Jaden McDaniel to have a big game, knock down some shots, get some defense. I don't think, everybody always talk about the conspiracy. The NBA Finals is not supposed to start for another week.
Oh, yeah, I think easily, yeah. I think next
they
Tuesday or Wednesday
two teams got swept.
Yeah.
That's going to fuck up the TV and the revenue. I bet the NBA official please, come on, Minnesota, get one win.
Hey, get Tony Brothers out there, man. Let him twist this series one way or another.
Get Scott Foster out there.
Scott Foster, God bless. So Tony Brothers was kind of speaking of this series, I think Ant said he called him out a little bit. They had 31 free throws. We had 17. And then we had Stan Van Gundy calling out Tony Brothers during the actual telecast, which I thought was a little wild. So I'm going to play the audio for you.
Yeah.
With the technical, Irving the free throw line for the Dallas Mavericks.
Both ways. It looks like Tony Brothers wants a battle here tonight. And referees can never be like that. They're supposed to be de-escalating situations. There's no talking to Tony Brothers tonight, guys. You might as well just be
scared to go look over here at you and I, Coach.
I hope he didn't hear that.
He said, Reggie's like, man, you going to look over here at you, Coach.
Yeah.
But the officiating's been called out a lot this season. Obviously, we talked about it a lot in the Knicks-Pacers series, and it's now reared its head toward the Game 3 lean of the Western Conference Finals.
I think at the end of the day, they need to have a sit down with the refs and say, hey, call the game like it's supposed to be called.
Put your feelings
to the side. Yeah. Don't give anybody any favoritisms. If they look like they flopping, don't give it to them. Tell them to man the fuck up, because there's so many guys Luka. It's all the European players. It's all the European players, because they do that flop stuff, and the next thing you know, they give them the call. Make them man up. The first thing they told me in the league when I got to NBA, I know it's a different type of league now. It's like you got to get stronger and you got to fucking man up. I go in there and try to dunk one time, dudes like fucking man up. Get your ass in the gym, get stronger. So they need to stop all this flopping bullshit from all these European players and putting them to the free throw line because it's just making the game so fucking long. So stop it.
Yeah, that ain't going nowhere.
No.
That ain't going nowhere.
They're supposed to have a meeting this summer about changing some of the rules up so that to allow the defense to have more of an advantage instead of that them be at a disadvantage the entire game.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, and the offense creating the contact, because there have been a couple of games in series where you know how a guy can pump fake, you get your guy in the air or get your guy to extend, and you have offensive players will lean into him and jump into him. I don't like that. And I understand
took that rule out.
Well, that was part of the contention with Jalen Brunson in the Pacers series too, was he was doing that a lot.
Yeah, Jalen Brunson does the jump backwards thing.
Yeah,
he just he don't flip the script. He's smart enough, like, oh, I'm not going to jump forward. I get you on my back, I'm gonna jump backwards.
Right, but there's been a couple of instances where guys have jumped into other guys to generate contact, and it was called and they were called fouls, defensive fouls.
Yeah, especially the one that really bugs me is when you go into the hole, I'm in defense position between you and the basket. You jump into me, and as you jump into me, I'm a bigger guy, and the force makes you go the other way, and they give you the foul. I really hate that call. Don't punish me because I'm bigger, stronger, and in the best defensive position I can be in, and the offense is trying to go through me, and you give him the call. I hate that one.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how it shakes out tonight. Game 4. In Dallas. You think this is a wrap? I mean, I think this is a wrap, even if Minnesota gets this one tonight.
We're going to game 5.
Going to 5?
Mm-hmm.
And then is it going to be a wrap in 5? Or
yeah.
This is going to 7.
You think it's going to 7? Are you being cynical, or you think it's really going to 7?
Yes.
And the world is flat.
Yeah, the world. Yeah, thank you, Kyrie.
I wouldn't say all that.
No. I mean, honestly, I think I would like to see it at least go 6. I really would, but I don't know. I have a sinking feeling Dallas is going to shut this thing down tonight. That'll be it.
Get it back to Minnesota, Tim's.
All right, well, we'll see what they're made of. We did have other stuff to talk about besides the playoffs. We lost a friend. Lost a friend this week.
We did.
Lost Bill Walton. Passed away, 71 years old. He was battling cancer. And I will tell you that there was no bigger cheerleader on the planet for Robert Horry, maybe other than Clayton Crowley, who did the video for you on YouTube, than Bill Walton. So I did want to just reflect a little bit on, we were lucky enough to have Bill on the podcast. He was our guest on the 100th episode of the Big Shot Bob podcast.
Yeah.
And I pulled a clip. It's about a minute and a half or so here, but I wanted to look back on Bill Walton talking about his love for Robert Horry.
To play for the coaches that Robert played for, Wimp Sanderson, Rudy Tomjanovich, Phil Jackson, and then Greg Popovich. I mean, the lessons of life that he must have picked up along the way. And the way those experiences have made him now into one of the world's great broadcasters, one of the world's great human beings, and one of the world's great dads. I mean, somebody who would spend an hour and a half in traffic to go get to this show. You just know that this guy has got it all, and he's willing to sacrifice, and he's willing to discipline himself so that others won't have to. And I'm staggered, I'm saddened, and I'm shocked, and I'm dismayed at the fact that Robert Horry has not been inducted, enshrined into the Basketball Hall of Fame. He's already in the Hall of Fame of life. Anybody that would spend an hour and a half in LA traffic during the holidays is in the Hall of Fame. And show up at this show with that big, beautiful broad smile on his face, with those gorgeous teeth, and still all that hair left up on top. And here it was, this guy who did everything that you need to do to have a success in a group dynamic.
Was the late great Bill Walton talking about Robert Horry deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, but we'll miss him, man. One of a kind. Definitely nobody like Bill Walton in the world of basketball. He was huge.
You think about them going back to NBC, the NBA, and possibly go back to NBA. I don't know if it's official or not, but
that's pretty official.
Yeah, but how him and Snapper, I used to love listening to those two guys. Even when it wasn't about our broadcast, because their back and forth, their banter was so cool. So he's gonna be missed a lot, man. Such a great guy.
Yeah, good dude.
That's you used to watch a lot of the Pac-12 games, college games. Obviously, it'd be late here, but if you knew Bill Walton was going to be on the call, you just didn't know. You didn't know what antic you were going to get from Bill that night. and what is his partner's name that he usually does the broadcast with? I forget his name, but
I do too, and I shouldn't have, but I did.
The fact that Bill he literally just brought himself to the broadcast table. It didn't matter what was going on, even what was going on the floor. Bill was going to do something.
Ralph Lawler.
Yeah. Bill was going to do something. He was going to say something that was going to have you looking left and looking right, looking up and looking down, wondering what the heck he was talking about. But everybody loved Bill just because of who he was. Bill was authentically himself. He didn't care about anything else. No one had a bad word to say about him. He always brought a level of joy that most people wish they could bring to anything that they do. At least half of the joy that he brought to the broadcast booth. I just don't think you find that level of energy multiple times in life. So, I think the NBA community, the sports community, the broadcast community lost a pioneer, a Hall of Famer, and just a heck of a good dude.
Yeah, very much so. Well said. Very well said. There was a story Mike Greenberg told about when they were doing Mike and Mike on ESPN Radio when it was him and Golick. They had Bill Walton on, and Bill got on the phone with their producer and just said, you can just ask them to ask me how my day's going, and then have them walk off and do something else for like 10 or 11 minutes because I'm just going to rant. And they laughed about it. They asked him how his day was going, and Bill talked for 12 minutes. 12 minutes before they had to come back and go, all right, Bill, let's talk about the NBA, man. Let's get they had to steer that ship. And it was like a running gag with them that Bill could just go. He could just go. And
we know that all too well.
Yeah, yes. He was full of life. I mean, he took over that 100th episode. I think that entire show was just we were supposed to have like 15 or 20 minutes with Bill Walton. We did like an hour.
An hour, yep.
Yeah, so if you ever want to go back and hear the great Bill Walton, the 100th episode of the Big Shot Bob podcast. We did have some audio I wanted to talk about from the Western Conference Finals as well that really didn't have a lot to do with the game. It was happening during the alt cast. I guess Turner does like an alternative cast.
Yeah, they
do. They had Rich Paul on there. And Rich Paul dropped a little something that I'm not sure if maybe he wasn't supposed to say this or I'm not sure. It just came out strange, but here was the audio of Rich Paul.
And, look, LeBron's a free agent. You have to decide, and I got to focus on his business, and he should be focused on his business, and let the Lakers hire whoever they want to hire. And he's always showed up and played for whatever coach is there.
You said something, Rich. You said LeBron's a free agent. So I take it LeBron's going to decline that player option.
Chris, you know I don't do my business over the phone.
I just heard what you said.
I don't know what he's going to do. We're going to do what we do every year. We're going to evaluate the situation, and we're going to make the best decision.
So obviously the game's going on in the background, but you heard him say it. He started this statement, LeBron's a free agent.
I know what he meant by that.
What do you mean?
Well, what he meant was the very thing that Chris Haynes asked is that if LeBron's going to decline that option. He'll become a free agent technically, but I think it's with the intent to assign a new deal with the Lakers. At least that's what I believe.
Yeah, I agree with that one because I think sometimes you have to put yourself in the best business opportunity. I think for LeBron, I know a lot of people was thinking, "Oh, it's about Bronny." At the end of the day, you got to do what's best for you. Even though we know he's a billionaire and don't really need the money, but at the end of the day, you ain't gonna give no money back. So
Right.
I think he's just about him putting himself in the best position possible.
Yeah, I think so. This is probably his last contract.
Oh, sure.
So you have to imagine that he declines the option and then sets up his last stretch here. Whether it's 2 more years or 3 more years, whatever he thinks he's got left in him. This is his last chance to sort of set the pieces and stay where if he wants to stay or if he decides he wants to go, which I have a hard time imagining that's the case, but he's going to set it up now. So I think that's they've had the conversation of decline your option, and we'll get a new deal together. But I think Rich maybe let that slide maybe a little sooner than anticipated, and then realized after the fact, oh shit, I might have stepped in it on that one a little.
Yeah. And Chris being the reporter and insider that he is, he was gonna catch that.
You jump up on that one, yeah.
Yeah,
and he's a free agent.
I respect what Chris did, but you also knew that Rich wasn't gonna, even if that did slip, he wasn't gonna circle the wagon back around and be like, oh yeah, he is a free agent and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Rich wasn't gonna do that. He wasn't gonna do that. Whatever Rich did, that's exactly what I expected.
Why are you getting in my business, Chris? Now you're in my business.
Hey, Chris, we weren't gonna do this over the phone, dog. I'm not gonna do this. He wasn't gonna do it.
I've also seen a lot this week. The story of Paul George being at the top of the 76ers list. He remains plan A for the 76ers. This is from Kevin O'Connor. Brandon Ingram is considered their fallback plan now. And the quote here is, aside from the pipe dream that Kevin Durant or Jimmy Butler would ask to be dealt directly to Philly, which we know that's not happening for Jimmy. Sources familiar with the Sixers saying that Brandon Ingram is their primary fallback plan. Ingram would have been acquired in a trade from the New Orleans Pelicans since he's under contract for $36 million with a 15% trade kicker through the 24-25 season. I don't see any scenario where Steve Ballmer doesn't back up a Brinks truck to Paul George and go, just here, take what you want out of this and stick.
Why haven't you done it yet? Because he's turned down from the report 2 or 3 offers.
I know. That's why it's weird. That's why it's hard for me to wrap my brain around it because it's like I don't see a scenario where he leaves yet. Here we are.
I think when you look at this situation with Ballmer, he has the money. I think he's just going to sit back and see what someone's going to offer him, and then he's going to say, "You want to stay? I'll match. If you don't, all right, what's best for you?" I don't think he. The rumor is that me and Paul George wants the same money that Kawhi Leonard is getting, and from what I'm hearing is like he's like, "No, I'm not giving you that," and so that's the problem. And I think Kawhi. He is the guy who can't stay on the floor. And Paul George this year, I think he played, 70 games almost or something? The most he's played in forever. So who's the healthier one?
That's my question.
That's the question.
So if Paul leaves, then it's all on Kawhi, and Kawhi spends 40 games in street clothes.
Yeah. And then, what are you going to do with James Harden? So.
They're going to have to re-sign him.
You're going to have to.
Yeah.
If Paul leaves?
They got to keep one of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you need, like you said, you need somebody on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And you just and moving into a new building, like that's the thing you don't want.
I think they want to. Yeah,
they want to take multiple stars into that new building. You don't want to have a brand new shiny toy and then you just got, you putting a dud team in there.
A normal Clipper team.
When
does Clip come out?
What do you?
When it's who?
Clipped. The
show about what's his name, the old man who owned the team, whose name escapes me. But yes, it's
about Donald Sterling.
Yeah,
Donald
Sterling. Yeah, soon. FX, I think, right?
Yeah.
Is it FX that did it? Somebody did it. Yeah, I think it was FX.
Hey, have you seen the billboards? You probably have. Since I'm in LA, they have the billboards for it.
No.
And I don't know if they did this purposely, but it's kind of funny. They have a woman's hand, long fingernails, and they show 2 basketballs in her hand.
Oh yeah, they know what they're doing.
Got him by the balls, baby.
Got him by the balls.
Got him by the balls. Got him by the round ones.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good. Yeah, no, I'm anxious to see that. I'm surprised. Like, I don't know, like how much of, and again, I don't know the logistics of it. How much of are they allowed to do with or without his consent? Because I can't imagine he was like, yeah, go ahead. Do the show.
It's gonna be like the one.
It's gonna be like the HBO Lakers show.
Showtime.
Yeah, Showtime. Yeah. All right. Or Winning Time, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, wow. Well done. Good marketing. I liked it a lot. Good marketing. All right. Well, can we before we do Big Shot of the Week and we're doing a round of rapid fire? Can we throw a little nod to history? 22 years ago yesterday.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yep.
This happened.
Well, today, the Lakers, after trailing by as many as 20 after one, are trying to pull off the greatest comeback in playoff history in terms of making it back from a 20-point deficit in the first quarter, looking to equal the record as the Lakers did it at Seattle back in '89. It's a 2-point Sacramento lead. We're down to 7 seconds. Bryant putting the move on Christie. Rebound O'Neal. Coming up short. Horry for the win. Robert Horry has done it again. 11 of his 18 in the fourth quarter of buzzer 3.
Sacramento needed defense on Kobe and 1 rebound. They got neither. The ball poked out there. Vlade does a good job. Nobody at the line. The shot, 3-point good. Bedlam pandemonium has broken out here at Staples.
And there's no question, Steve, he got it off on time.
No, it was a good shot, and they did everything they could. The Lakers tried to get the two to tie it and couldn't. Body slapped it out, and Horry, as he had done so many times, with the big shot, and this crowd is wilder than they've ever been because they did not want to see 3-1.
Everybody could make that shot, that's last shot. It's just lucky shot, that's all. You don't need to have a skills or some, in that kind of situation. You just throw it and if it goes in, goes in.
Robert, Vlade was saying that it was basically just a luck shot. That situation, you just have to throw it up. Was it luck or was there more to it?
It wasn't no luck shot. I've been doing that for all my career, so he should know. He better read a paper or something.
I completely forgot about that exchange after the game. Totally, until you retweeted it. I totally forgot about it. Oh, it's great.
It's funny. It's funny that when we just mentioned Snapper and Bill, and they were on the call of that game.
Yep.
And it's just so funny to hear him, and he passed away around the,
right in the 22nd anniversary of the biggest of the big shots, probably. That's the one that everyone remembers.
I told him, I told my kid, I said, when y'all put me in the ground, I need to play this one last time for me before I be put in the ground. I told my kid was like, what? I said, yeah. I said, that thing, hey, I get goosebumps every time I see that clip. So you never know. That might make me rise up.
You'd be like the meme of the guy on the back of the truck where the coffin opens and he gets out and he starts walking around.
Yeah.
No, I do too, though. I still get goosebumps watching that. Just honestly, for me, the best part is the aftermath, which is why I played the longer version, because we've all heard the short version, or even the way, yeah, but the longer version of just the pandemonium in that place, and everybody just flipping out, and man, it was great. That's just one of those that's like an all timer, man.
And for me, it's like there's the fact that I think I need to have a timer on how long they chanted my name. I think that's probably the second longest chant of a player's name in that arena since Kobe's, God. So to be up there with Kobe and Shaq, get my name chanted like that, I'm like, okay, I'll pat myself on the back. I'm going to take this win and use it to the best of my ability.
That's why you don't live in Atlanta. That's why you live in Los Angeles, baby. People chant your name there. Out here in Atlanta, they're like, let's go get some wings. All right, let's do a Big Shot of the Week, and then we'll do a round of a rapid fire. Big Shot of the Week is going to go to 18-year-old Parker Hawkins. Here's why. Parker's younger brother, Brigham, who was only 15 years old, was watching TV in the family's bunkhouse in Alpine, Arizona. Do you know what a bunkhouse is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's kind of like a little outside secondary house, beds, TVs,
like
that sort of
house.
thing. But it's sort of like a pool house. When a black bear entered the bunkhouse, he was out there by himself, and he started shouting for help when the bear came in. The rest of the family was in the cabin 20 feet away. Parker heard the commotion 18-year-old Parker distracted the bear long enough for the dad to get the son out of there. Had opened the door, distracted the bear. Bear kind of turned, swiped at him, and did everything he could to keep the bear's attention while the dad got Brigham out of the boathouse. Saved his damn life by frightening off a freaking bear. So yeah, big shot of the week to Parker Hawkins, because holy crap,
that's crazy.
Especially 18. Most 18 are like, he on his own. But he was like, to protect. That shows he has a lot of love for his brother.
Oh yeah,
I guarantee you, my brother was like, run. That's the
Faster.
only help I would have got.
Faster.
He was like, run.
Climb.
Hide.
There are pictures of the 15-year-old got swiped a couple times and is very lucky. Very, very lucky his brother showed up. Because my goodness. Whew. Damn bear.
Big brothers are the best.
Yeah, they are, dude. They really are.
Yeah,
all right.
I got to have a shotgun for that.
yeah, I ain't just showing up and being like, look at me. Like, no.
That bear, I'm going to put a bullet right between his eyes.
Nicely done. You do live in the South. You could tell.
It may not be a shotgun. It might be a 4.5 or a 9, but it's going to be a bullet put between that bear's eyes. Best believe that.
Hey, that bear going to do like Wolverine. Shake that shit off and come at your ass.
That's okay. Guess what? I got another one in the chamber.
A Wolverine bear. I love that.
Let's see how many bullets you can eat before you fall out.
How hungry are you? Let's try it. Let's put it to the test. All right, we're gonna play a round of rapid fire. You guys know how this works. We'll go head to head. I'll give you 60 seconds.
So let me first of all, let me give a shout out to Patrick. Patrick Keller is one of my financial advisors. He I'm just saying this. It's not rapid fire. He loves the Walmart Waffle House one.
Oh, sure.
He lives for that one. So I just want to say, Patrick, thanks for listening, and we're gonna get you a Walmart Waffle House one here pretty soon.
We appreciate you, man. Didn't we just do Walmart or Waffle House like last week or some shit?
Yeah,
we just did it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It'll be back soon.
It'll come back. It makes it, that and Black Crime, White Crime tend to
I love Black Crime, White Crime.
Yeah, those two are fun, man. They tend to, but if I did them every week, they'd be, forget it.
Yeah.
I'd run out of stories.
I just like saying that's some white folk shit right there.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of white people shit. That game is full of white people shit. Like, that's white people shit. Usually anytime meth is involved, it's like, white guy. Yeah. All right, well, you know how rapid fire works. Just explained it, so I'll let you pick. Who wants to go first, man? Rob, you want to go first? You want to defer?
I'm going to go first.
You're going to go first.
I'm going first because I'm feeling pretty damn good this week.
Damn, he's fired up. All right. Well, I'm going to give you 60 seconds on the clock, and we're going to hit you with trivia. We'll see how you do, so let's load it up. Let's go. In 1903, cousins Edward Binney and C. Harold Smith founded what brand of crayons?
Corolla.
Correct. I'll give it to you. What S word is a kitchen feature that comes in varieties like farmhouse and double basin?
Spatula.
Sink. Even though the main villain of Harry Potter whose name must not be said, what is his name?
Voldemort, something like that.
Close enough. I'm going to give you that.
Valdemir.
Oh man, we'll have to talk about it. Texas is only 34 miles from Kansas. If you go through the panhandle of what other state that borders both?
Oklahoma.
There it is. For the 6th straight year, what Scandinavian country finished first on the World Happiness Report as the happiest place to live? What was it?
Canada.
Finland.
Scandinavia.
Bada bing.
No.
Bada bing. Oh man.
Hey, these freaking questions. I just thought.
Not off to a great start.
I just thought friendly. It's like Canada, Sweden.
All right, so Crayola. I think you said
Corolla. What did I say? Corolla.
But I
said Crayola.
Okay, I'll give you that. Yeah, you missed Sync. Are we gonna give him Voldemort?
Yeah, give him to
you. were pretty damn Voldemort.
Yeah,
you were pretty damn close. So
I know somebody that ended it more.
All right, I gave Oklahoma, and you missed Finland. All right, so you came up with 3. Harp, here it is. Opportunity is upon you.
There is opportunity.
All right, so let's load them up. You got to get 4 to win. Let's take them down. Here we go. Bada bing or bada boom? What's the club frequented by Tony on The Sopranos?
Bada boom.
Oh, the bada bing.
Oh,
the logo for fashion brand Tommy Hilfiger is blue, white, and what third color?
Red.
There it is. DJ Khaled and Rick Ross are swerving in my Lolo. in the top 40 hit All I Do Is What?
Win.
Correct. The name of what Italian scooter was inspired by its tiny engine, which sounds like a buzzing wasp?
Oh, I don't know. I forget.
Vespa.
I don't ride them.
A prime number is only evenly divisible by itself and what other number?
The prime number?
A prime number is only evenly divisible by itself.
Is it 3?
No, 1.
No, 1. Oh, my bad.
For over 60 years, Alfred E. Newman is the gap-toothed face of what humor magazine?
Ain't it weird how I knew all those and you knew all that?
I knew all those. It'd be like that. But see, I should have got the prime number.
The bada bing. The bada bing. You missed the bada bing.
I ain't seen the Sopranos in a
So you
minute.
got red. You got All I Do Is Win. You missed Vespa.
I got 2.
Yeah, you lost. Rob took it.
Yeah, he got it.
All right.
I'm like, I knew most of those.
And then for the last one, I didn't even get to finish. For over 60 years, Alfred E. Newman is the gap-toothed face of what humor magazine?
Mad Magazine.
Mad Magazine. There it is. All right, so there we go. Leave off. Rob wins the first round, 3-2. All right, Harp, you're up first. Round 2. Redemption at hand. Let's make it happen. Here we go. Q-Tip and Phife Dawg were members of what iconic 90s hip-hop group?
Tribe Called Quest.
Correct. For nearly 50 years, people in Albuquerque, New Mexico have gathered for an annual fiesta celebrating what huge flying objects?
UFO?
Hot air balloons.
Oh, my bad.
Often worn in a suit, what floral fashion accessory is French for buttonhole? Floral fashion accessory is French for buttonhole.
Corsage?
Boutonniere. What luxury refrigerator brand shares its name with a villain from the 2021 Mortal Kombat reboot?
Dang, what's the blue dude? Dang.
He knows it, but he doesn't.
Oh,
he
I forgot.
Rob?
I don't know that one.
No, but I know it.
Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero. That's what it is.
Sub-Zero.
The kid showed back up.
Get over here.
Dang. So I had went through. I said, okay. I had went through. It definitely ain't. It ain't reptile. It ain't Scorpion. It's Sub-Zero.
I forgot about that.
Johnny Cage. No, it's not Johnny Cage.
I have been very bad in these games. Very bad.
What floral accessory is French for buttonhole? Boutonniere. You didn't get Sub-Zero. So you got one. Got one.
Yeah, I did.
All right, Rob.
That was over like 15 years ago.
Hey, only reason I know it because we for Chris's prom,
I bring up old.
We forgot the boutonniere and her corsage, or whatever you pronounce it.
Is corsage French?
Probably. We left both of them in the refrigerator, so we forgot them both here at the house. So we like, damn.
All right, Rob. Well, you need 2.
That's all you need, big dog.
2, buddy.
I'm gonna eat a sandwich real quick.
It's them 60 seconds.
Watch me the hardest questions ever.
What is 2:30 p.m. in military time?
That'd be 14:30.
Correct. What New England state is nicknamed the Bay State?
New England?
New England state. Which state?
Massachusetts?
Correct. What man with an animalistic name hosted the TV adventure show Man vs. Wild?
I don't know.
Bear Grylls. What Las Vegas hotel is named for a city in Egypt that features a 30-story pyramid? Vegas Hotel. I know Harp knows this one.
Mm-hmm. Encore.
The Luxor. If you thank somebody by saying mahalo, what language are you speaking?
Mahalo? Why do I know that? Mahalo? I don't know.
Hawaiian. According to the saying, oh man.
Hell, you should have given me them questions.
Yeah, like, dude, again. Now you guys pick who goes first, so y'all did this to yourselves. Shit, man.
Hey, I won. That's all that matters.
You're right. You did win.
You did on a
It's funny when you said mahalo. I'm like, is that Hawaiian? But I'm like,
it sure is.
And it kind of scared me. Like, is Hawaiian a language? But I guess I'm like,
it sure is. Yeah. You won on a guess with the Bay State is Massachusetts.
Boy, you boy.
I tell you what.
You got that one, boy, by the hair of your chin.
Yeah, you sure
Hey,
did.
I had to think about it. I'm like, okay, where's Boston? Oh,
Yeah,
Massachusetts.
there you go. Good job. You want to do a round 3?
We
For
can.
kicks and giggles. Yeah.
Okay.
You go first, B.
No, you go first this time. We alternate.
Yeah, it's up to you, Rob. You go first this time. So
Okay.
All right.
I'm trying, the questions were easier when we.
I know, but screw it. You're gonna get what
I
you
go
get,
first.
and you don't get
I go
upset.
first.
All right, here we go. According to the saying, even a broken clock is right how many times a day?
Twice.
Correct. There once was a man from Nantucket is a classic opening line to what style of 5-line poem?
I don't know.
It's a limerick. Samuel L. Jackson and Martin Luther King Jr. are alumni of what Atlanta college?
Morehouse.
Correct.
There you go.
In a 2021 blockbuster film, Godzilla once again takes on what famous movie monster?
King Kong.
Correct. If you went parasailing with Sarah Palin, you'd be gliding over what state where she was governor?
Alaska.
Correct. In the Peanuts comics, what sadist keeps baiting Charlie Brown with a football only to pull it away at the last second?
Oh, Sarah. I don't know. I forget.
Lucy.
Lucy.
What martial artist shared top billing with Chris Tucker in the Rush Hour movies?
Jack Chan.
Oh, right at the buzzer.
You got it.
Nicely done.
Right at the buzzer.
Right at the buzzer. All right, let's see. Where'd you go here? Let's see. You got.
It's like you've done that before.
You got yeah, right at the buzzer. He's got a couple of those, man. King Kong, you got Alaska, you got, and you got 5, man. That's not bad. It's the best showing of the day so far. All right, Harp.
You can't even add up my 2 games to get to 5.
Yeah, so far that last game is whooping both of Harp's previous games. All right, let's see what you got. Here we go. Here's your round. Let's do it. Sasha Fierce is the provocative alter ego of what pop diva?
Beyonce.
Correct. What North Carolina University calls its sports teams the Demon Deacons?
Wake Forest.
Correct. Mariah Carey or Taylor Swift? What woman holds the record for the most #1 singles in the U.S.?
Taylor?
Oh, Mariah.
Oh, it's a trick question.
What Snoop Dogg song features the lyrics laid back with my mind on my money and my money on my mind?
Rolling down the street, smoking Indo, gin and juice.
There it is. The long way around. In Alaska, this natural light phenomenon is called the Northern Lights, but what's its scientific name?
Oh.
What's the name for the Northern Lights?
I don't even know.
Aurora Borealis. If you get bored at a party, you can make your voice higher by sucking the gas out of what balloon?
I don't know.
Helium balloon.
Helium, baby. Helium.
I got what, 3?
Let's see. You got Wake Forest.
You took up all your time singing the song.
I know I did.
You got
But
Beyonce.
I tried to remember the name of the song.
If you would have guessed Mariah, you had 4, but you didn't get Mariah.
I got
you
3.
didn't get Helium. You didn't get Aurora Borealis. You got 3. Rob wins 5-3.
Well, if you add up my first 2 games, it equals the game this
and then
game.
he just had, and which is close enough.
King,
all right.
McKing,
me baby. All right, Rob takes it again. Man, you are. I don't know if I'm not trying to be a dick. I don't know if you've ever beaten him at rapid fire.
I think I have once.
Have you?
Yeah, I beat him once. Okay. It's been one time, but that's it.
We've been doing this show 3 years, and I don't remember it.
It's not a good ratio right now.
I think it's because most of the questions you come up with, Rob, is our era.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
See, but I would have missed that question because I forget it's called the Aurora Borealis. I'll probably say.
Yeah, I would have never gotten that one. I've always heard them just been called the Northern Lights.
Aurora Borealis.
Aurora Borealis.
Yeah, Aurora.
It's like the Rudy Gobert of this game. God bless. Score him.